Bonjour, hola, hello. How are we, traders? Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're all having a good trading week. You know, this is really the last trading week before Christmas, right? Because the next couple of weeks, volume's too thin. Everyone's getting drunk and eating turkey. So, yeah, we've got some live streams this week, so we can still analyze the charts. But yeah, this week will probably be the last week before we close down for Christmas. We're not closed down. We'll still do vids. We'll do some tutorial vids or something. Anyway, yeah, hope you're all well. The plan of attack for our live stream today is as follows. I have my coffee in my Liverpool FC favourite mug, so that is good. We're also going to take a look at 3 trades that I am currently in. Yeah, so, you know, people are like, oh, I'm not trading much. You know, it's the week before we all close down for Christmas. But again, if I have a setup, I trade it, right? It's as simple as that to me. So we'll take a look at the trades I am currently in, of which there are tres or 3. And yes, we are fluent in Spanish. Also, guys, we're gonna take a quick look at the economic calendar now, because we've had some, you know, oh dear, what am I doing here? I'm clicking random news. So we've had a busy news day, right? Because one of the trades I'm in is euro pound. And at the moment, it seems that whenever I'm in a trade, the news that I actually want doesn't happen, right? So I'm looking at pound weakness in my euro pound trade, which we'll take a look at. But look at these figures. Look at those figures for the pound. Right, look at that. That was gone from minus 12k to plus 173. And that's gone from about 30,000 to 0.3. And that's increased 0.6%. You couldn't wish for better numbers coming out of the UK. So I'm happy for my motherland that average earnings are going up and less people are claiming unemployment. But for today, I wish it was all bad news. Merry Christmas. So we had that, which was super good for the pound, and then the euro news has been a mixed bag, I would say, right? We've had equally bad with equally good news, right? The good news is very good, right? These are some big figures, right? 15.7, 6.8, 17 to 12.2, you know, but a mixed bag for the euro there. All right, and the news doesn't stop there, guys, right? We've got more US dollar data coming later. So we've got retail sales and then some really important data coming out of Canada, right? We've got inflation figures. So we've got core CPI and CPI, which is going to move the Canadian dollar, right? The thing with this is there's no previous forecast. So what they'll probably pin it against is the previous data release. Okay, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially if you're in a Canadian dollar pair. So busy news day, guys. Right, before we do anything else, let me have a sip of coffee. I'm on the strong, we're not sure what's in it coffee at the moment. I had some of this last Friday and last Thursday. I've never been the same since. Anyway, Colin, yo, I can't hear you. Joke. Okay, Colin. That is not a good joke. I was generally quite concerned then. Merry Christmas. Brett, afternoon, Brett. How are you, mate? Jolma, hi. Brazil is here. Brazil in the house. It's all the good footballers are from. And good coffee. This coffee is probably from Brazil by the state of my energy. Godwin, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Is it a good place to long euro pound? All right, we'll take a look at that, Himanshu. Good question. I'm currently in that trade long, so we'll definitely take a look at that. And let's even start there, right? Let's start with euro pound. So on the day chart, nothing has changed, right? I still really like euro pound. Okay, I'm going to say that there was the last high, even that level there. But you can see there was a level through here, right? And this candle broke that level. Okay, so euro pound is in an uptrend for me. We're above moving average 20, right? And I still think there's lots of room for this trade to move into back up to these last highs, right? And also, if you look at the weekly chart, right, look at that weekly candle pinging off of this key monthly weekly support level, right? So I am still pro euro pound buys, right? I still think that is the trade. Now, as you know, I look at daily, weekly to give me my direction, but the H4 is the bad boy where I enter. Now, because of that news, look at that pound news that we spoke about. Look at that candle. But it's expected, right? It was unbelievably good news for the pound. Okay. Now, my stop loss is here where this alarm is, right? A little bit below it. I'm a bit below 0.8250, right? Now, do I still like it? So yes, from a daily point of view, but from a H4 point of view, right, we do need to consider that is now in a H4 downtrend. Okay. So I want to see a build up of something. So rather than, because I'm in the trade, it's different. But to enter this trade right now, I would probably wait for the following, right? So if you wait for a H4 structure break, right, you could be waiting a very long time, right? But so be it, okay? And you get something like this, I'd be interested in buying it, okay? But if we look at the H1, right, there's this level through here, right? It's only ever so slight, right? But that was good support. This is good resistance. So at the very least, Himanshu, I would wait for something like this. Maybe it drops down a little bit further. And then I would wait for a break of at least H1 structure. Okay, then I think this is still a very good buy trade. All right, you know, potentially back up to these highs, if not those highs on that daily resistance that we spoke about. So yes, I still like euro pound buys because of the daily chart, and I think we can take it all the way up to here. But wait for some structure, some buyers, something to tell you to enter the market, because right now nothing is telling you to enter this market, right? I mean, this is all bearish. Yeah, if you look at the H4, which we just have, you know, bearish. So nothing's telling us to enter here. So yeah, wait for that Himanshu and then get on the euro pound buy bandwagon. Let's have a little quick look at tomorrow, right? Because when you're in a trade, you need to be aware of, you know, news coming out. So, you know, for this pair, we've got some huge news coming out tomorrow, right? We've got pound CPI coming out Wednesday. We've got euro CPI. So this could really be the deciding factor for this trade. Okay, so bear that in mind with euro pound as well. Let's go back to today's news. So Himanshu, that is euro pound. I'm also in, let me just explain the trades that I'm in. I'm also in Aussie dollar Swiss franc. Okay, if we look at the day chart, excuse all my alarms peppered everywhere, but Aussie dollar Swiss franc, I'm saying that is in an uptrend. Okay, higher highs. Yeah, is this a higher low? Not confirmed yet, but we're definitely not making lower lows, right? And a nice big bullish daily candle. Okay, and then if we look at H4 structure, we are still with H4 structure. And I literally got in, like I said, I'm going to say that's a level there. And I basically got in all the way down to this moving average 20 here. I basically got in here. I'm very, you know, a very nice entry, if I do say so myself. All right. And, you know, so far we almost hit target up here, but I didn't take profit. Yeah, normally I'm not a dick for a tick, right? That's a saying we have in the VIP Trading Academy. Don't be a dick for a tick. If you're a couple of pips away from your target, right, take profit. You'll never forgive yourself if price retraces against you, which this has, right? But structurally on the H4, right, we're still looking good. Yeah, we've got higher lows higher highs, and I still think we've got room to move into back up to here. So I'm in this trade. H4 daily tells me I should be, therefore I am. All right. And then the last trade that I'm in, guys, let me just show you all of the trades that I'm in, and then we can take a few of your questions. And guys, don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you like about anything to do with trading. Okay. Yeah, come say hello as well. Right, what are we looking at? New Zealand yen. I liked a few yen pairs today, right? So this yen pair, this is the day chart. We was in this downtrend, stopped making lower lows. Very similar structure to Aussie dollar, Swiss franc. We got a push up, right? And then we started to get higher highs. Okay, this candle clearly breaks these highs. Okay, now, and we got a nice bullish candle, and we've got room to move into, right? Lots of reasons to like this. Again, if we drop down to the H4, this is an interesting one, guys, right? Because I would say this has broken that last low there, okay? But, right, it's still, you know, about holding on to this grey support zone, okay? And we've got the moving average 20 here as well. So I'm still in this trade. I haven't closed it early or anything. Because I still like the level, right? This grey zone with the moving average 20. Now, you know, if we get a nice bullish green H4 candle, looks something like this, right? You know, let's carry on. I like the trade, right? Potentially back up to here. But if the next candle sort of, you know, breaks this down, comes a bit lower, I mean, it'll be at my stop loss anyway at this point. You know, I've almost got nothing to lose here. I'm literally missed my stop loss by a couple of pips, okay? So, yeah, I have nothing to lose at this point, guys, right? I still like the level. My stop loss was arguably in a good position, gave it a bit of wiggle room. And I still think we have room back up to this level here, but we shall see, right? We'll keep an eye on this, but I'm in New Zealand yen buy as well. So there you go, guys. Those are all the trades that I am in. Let's take a few questions from you guys now. So before I do, if I could ask everyone to please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button while I have a quick drink from my LFC mug. I wasn't very happy at the weekend. Liverpool got a man sent off and we drew 2-2 at home with Fulham. Still haven't recovered from that either. I need a coffee. Right, who else have we got in the house? So, all right, so we got James. James Pinhorn wants to look at pound US dollar. Okay, we'll take a look at that, James. No problem. Does everyone call you Jim? Because your name's James. Every James I know, I call them Jim. Jolma wants the thoughts on US 30, so the Dow Jones. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Carlo, hello, Tom. Happy holidays. Thank you, Carlo. How are you, mate? Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, Brett, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. And Godwin wants to look at pound yen for me, Tom. I'm in a buy. All right. So guys, we're going to start with Godwin because Godwin's name is in green. And if your name is in green, it means you are a supporter of the channel. So if you'd like to show your love for the channel, then you can. You can become a supporter. There's some great perks for doing so, and you'll get priority questions, right? I think it's like £1 English pound or something like that a month, right? So yeah, show your love there. Also, guys, if you haven't already, please come join our trading community. We've got the free Discord channel. Come join it, speak to like-minded traders, share knowledge, ideas, maybe get a boyfriend or girlfriend out of it. I don't know, right? Also, guys, check out the VIP Trading Academy. So the VIP Trading Academy, guys, is where I put all of my trade ideas, all of my tutorials, strategies, plus much more. So please come and subscribe to the VIP Trading Academy. And finally, guys, let me just do this. I've got to do it because otherwise the editor beats me. Today's live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone. So if you switch brokers to Pepperstone, not only can you get entry into the VIP, you will also get a free TradingView premium subscription by changing brokers or getting a broker for the first time. Use our affiliate link. Matt, thank you. Right, Michael, how are you, Michael? So pound yen. So okay, looking good, Godwin. Yeah, I like yen pairs today, right? And looking at pound yen, looking good, right? It really is. So pound yen was one of my trade ideas from this morning's video, and this is why. Okay, so let me show you something here, guys, right? Let me just go back in time. So I've gone back in time just a couple of days, and it can goes to show how much just a couple of days in the trading world can completely change the view of a chart, right? So if I was to say to you pound yen, right? So let's all get involved. So if I was to say to you right now, I've gone back a couple of days, I know I have, looking at this chart, would you say that pound yen is in a daily downtrend or uptrend, right? So everyone, please get involved. Leave an answer in the live chat right now. Looking at this chart as it is now, is it uptrend, downtrend, or ranging? Those are the only three phases a market can be in. So let me know. I'm going to give it a few seconds while you give me your answer. Right, Brett, downtrend. Michael, downtrend. Jolma, downtrend. I knew what you meant, Jolma. Down. Anyone else want to get involved? Don't be shy. You're here to learn trading. Learn it. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Prafish, downtrend. Okay. Right. So Godwin, downtrend. Totally agree. Right. At this point, really, this is what the market is looking like. Right. And we're thinking, okay, potential sells, yeah, lower highs, lower lows. Right. We'll be looking for sells. Now, go back to normal time. Literally, a day later, 2 days later, it's totally changed, right? We're now getting clear higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So it's so important that you understand the structure, the trend of the market. I know that seems obvious, guys, but I've seen people, they're like, Tom, I'm trading euro, US dollar, is in an uptrend. And I'm like, there's no way that is in an uptrend. What the hell are you seeing? So be careful, right? Take the time, okay, to understand the phase of the market you're in. You're either in an uptrend, a downtrend, or you're ranging. There isn't anything else, okay? Don't listen to anyone who says there's anything else. Now, now we know we're in an uptrend. We're buying it, right? We've got a nice big bullish candle. We've got this beautiful level of what was resistance, now support. It's bounced off that level, and we've got all this room to move into back up to this 96.50 psychological level. And that is the straightest line I've ever drawn with a mouse pen. But that is a really nice level. Okay. Now, looking at all of this, we're looking for buys, but daily's not my entry time frame. So if we drop down to the H4, the only tricky thing I would say with pound yen, right? Not the only thing, but is where to put your stop loss. You know, up here is your TP, right? You know, this is a good entry. Maybe you entered in here, Godwin, right? Which is a lovely entry. Now, at the very least, you want a risk to reward of 1:1. So if that's your TP, right? So you're looking at around 160 pips, okay? So your stop loss can afford to be 160 pips. But to be honest with you guys, I would probably put my stop loss around here, right? Why would I put it here? Because in here, because is this the last low here? Is this the last low here? So just to be careful, I would put it below these lows here, right? I'd put it below these lows. So this would be my stop loss just below these lows. And as you can see, you still get, well, you get better than 1:1. Only just, but you probably get about 1:1.1, right? So there's the trade. Stop loss, that's where I would have it on the H4. And, you know, the idea is to, take it back up to this blue level. And, you know, if you're in a buy trade on pound yen and we've still got, how long have we got? We've still got an hour and 40 minutes, right? But if you see that form, you know, things are looking good, right? That's a very bullish candle. Still hasn't finished forming, but that is a nice bullish candle, right? Generally speaking, guys, you see a nice bullish candle, it goes up. You see a nice bullish candle, it goes up. You see a nice bullish candle, it goes up. You see a nice bullish candle, when it finishes forming, it can go up, right? I say can because it hasn't been proved yet, but you know, it should go up, right? So Godwin, we like pound yen buys, respect. Yeah, we like that. So that was for Godwin. What else are we looking at, guys? There was also pound US dollar somebody wanted to look at as well. Right, Jim, this one is for you. I haven't forgot you. This is a tricky H4 sausage as well, right? Weekly, sell. Yeah, I'm going to say here. Right, weekly, lower highs, lower lows, big bearish weekly candle, this red candle, sell back down to these lows, right? You know, that sounds very simple, but that's how simple you should look at the chart. Trend, candlesticks, room to move into, support and resistance levels, etc. Right? Weekly down. And I would also say daily is in a downtrend because it broke those lows. So this candle right here broke these lows. Okay, so downtrend. Let me have a sip of coffee because I hate cold coffee. It's a downtrend, right? You know, the thing with pound US dollar is, do you want to sell that big bullish candle? Probably not, right? Probably not. Okay, but if we end up with a candle even like this, let's say today's candle finishes like this, I am more willing to sell that because buyers have slowed down, but I'm not really willing, I'm willing to sell that candle. If it finished like that, I'm willing to sell that candle because buyers have been stopped in their tracks, but I'm not really willing to sell that candle, right? But bearing that in mind, let's have a look at the H4. And this is another question to everyone right now, right? So I wasn't sure about this, okay? Now, let's get a third opinion. And the third opinion is you guys, right? So don't let me down. I'm only joking. There's no wrong or right answer. I've just told you it's difficult to pinpoint. But what is the trend of the 4-hour chart? Looking at that chart right now, what is the trend of pound US dollar? Everyone, please just smashing my mic up. Everyone, please give me your answers. What is the trend? Pound US dollar 4-hour chart. Don't be shy. Let me know. I'm going to keep drinking my coffee. You're probably thinking, Tom, I haven't tuned in to watch you drink coffee. Well, keeps me going. It's either that or vodka. Now I'm off the vodka until Christmas. Right, Michael, downtrend. Brett, uptrend. Prathish, downtrend. Anyone else, guys? Don't be shy, get involved. CJ, downtrend. I need one more answer from one person, just to give me one more view. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll stick with this, guys, right? So we've got one uptrend, 3 downtrends. Now, if I put a level through here, this could quite easily change your view, right? So this is also very important why you put your levels in, right? Just by me putting that gray zone in has, I think, put a different perplexion on it. I'm sure that's the right word, right? Now, you could be thinking, let me take this gray zone out, right? Because I understand what people in the downtrend are saying. Here we are. We're at the moving average 20 as well. We're getting all this hesitation in the market, right? We can, you know, carry this on back down to here. Now, again, like I said, I couldn't pinpoint it myself. I couldn't say with absolute certainty this was in an uptrend or a downtrend, right? So for that reason, I stay out or I wait for certain breaks. I'm going to show you that. So you can't, it's hard to disagree with that, right? That is in a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows are in a downtrend, right? Now, like I say, if I put this level in, it's hard to ignore this as well. In fact, I'm more inclined to say this is in an uptrend, right? Okay, H1 will definitely be in a uptrend, right? Obviously. So, you know, it's difficult to disagree with this, right? That it's in an uptrend. So for me, what I would need to see is the following. So if you're not sure about a trend or where the market is going, all I would say to myself is daily is telling me to sell. Okay, so what do I need to see happen to sell? Right? Because I am unsure of the H4 trend, because there's a good argument for buyers or sells, all I would do is right click, put an alarm in here, right? Add an alert. There you go. My alarm is in. And I would say to myself, if price breaks this level, then there's absolutely no doubt, right? It's therefore in a downtrend, right? And then there's no doubt anymore. If that happens, we get a big, right? We get, you know, price does this, and then we get a big, you know, candle that breaks through this level, then we can start selling. Yeah, stops above here, take price back down to these lows. So that's how I would trade it. And that's what I would be waiting for, because I want to sell pound US dollar. Why do I want to sell it? Because daily is in a downtrend to me, and weekly as well, right? This is clearly in a downtrend. So I just want to sell it. Okay. But I will only sell it if certain criteria is met. If it isn't, I won't sell it, right? So we'll keep an eye on that level, guys. So Jim, keep an eye on that level. Tell me what happens in the next live stream at that level. In fact, I will know I've got an alarm in, but we can look at it again. Right. What else are we looking at here? So the Dow Jones. All right. So we'll look at that, Jolma. If I could please ask everyone to please subscribe to the channel and smash the like button if you haven't already. And please don't forget to join our VIP Trading Academy, guys. Yeah, you've got signals, tutorials, strategies, other VIP traders, and it's $29 a month, guys. All right, just come check it out. So US dollar 30, we'll look at that, Joel. I'm just going to say hello to a few more people. Hi, Michael, CJ, afternoon, CJ, Merry Christmas, mate. Who sang what a difference a day makes? What a difference a day makes. Is that how it goes? Don't sing on the live stream, Tom. I've been told by the editor, don't ever sing. Okay, let's have a look at the Dow Jones. And if anyone knows who sang what a difference a day makes, please let us know. You will get 3 points in the quiz of the year. Dow Jones. Okay, bearish. Bullish. So let's start with the weekly, right? And let me draw this level out a little bit. Okay, I like this level. Let's get a real big perspective on these indices, right? Now, it's the end of the year, okay, with the indices. So it's worth pointing out that there is such a thing as the, what was it called? The Santa bullishness. I can't remember what we called it. The Santa effect. We called it something in the VIP, and I cannot for the life of me remember because my coffee's too strong. But there's like a Santa Christmas effect, right? And it's generally a seasonal effect on the indices, right? It makes them bullish, right? Everyone's spending a load of money on, on toys and, getting loads of credit and spending money they don't have just to celebrate Christmas, right? Just buy your loved ones coal. That's what they used to do back in the day. Just give them a lump of coal in their little Santa sack. That'll do them. But monthly chart, look at how bullish this is, right? You cannot have anything more bullish than that, right? It's super, super duper bullish, right? Higher lows, higher highs, super bullish candle. It's bullish. The only problem with it is it's pretty overextended up here. Look where the moving average 20 is. Remember, the moving average 20 is the mean, right? The mean or the average of the market. And generally what that means is price wants to revert back to the mean, right? And historically, it will always do that, right? I mean, just there's never occasion it won't, right? Even when it's super bearish, it will revert back to the mean. Super bullish, it will revert back to the mean. Super bearish, it reverts back to the mean. You get what I'm saying, right? So it's super bullish, but overextended. If we look at the weekly chart, this is still bullish, right? Again, if we just follow structure, this is where we're at. And this isn't overly extended. Look where the moving average 20 is. Perhaps even the moving average 20 catches up with this level, right? And price comes into here somewhere. And this could be potentially a really nice level to buy the Dow Jones. Okay. Do I want to buy the Dow Jones now? No. Look at these weekly candles, right? Super bearish, right? Let's wait to see what happens in here. Now, if we look at the day chart as well, we haven't had a bullish candle in 14 years. I'm only joking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days of absolute selling. And it's bloody Christmas. Where's the Santa effect? Okay. So, at this point, we're in, and the day chart. Okay, so let's have a look at the structure of the day chart. Now, I would argue this is in a downtrend. I would say we've broken a key support resistance, support. It's broken that level. So daily, we're in a downtrend. So if I had to trade it, I would sell it into this level, right? And then I would be looking to buy it, right? Once we got a daily structure break. So there's still a little bit more room to go, but the real test for me is what happens in here. Excuse me, guys. So let's just wait for price to get back to here, see what happens. You know, if we go back to the weekly chart, if you get a nice bullish candle that looks something like this at that level, right? Again, I'm thinking buy the indices. Now, you know, I'm not big on fundamentals, but one thing I would mention is keep an eye on the GDP figures at the moment. I think the UK has had two lots of GDP lower than each other. So that is technically a recession, right? Nobody speaks of a recession anymore. It's like a swear word. Nobody says recession. They're like, all they say is, oh, we've had 2 months of lower GDP. Everyone's like, oh, that doesn't mean anything to most common punters, right? Everyone's like, right, okay, brilliant. Even when you hear that in the news, like if you're not in this world, you know, and you see we've had 2, you know, lower numbers on GDP in the last consecutive months. People are like, who cares? What does that mean? But that is a recession, right? But nobody talks about it as a recession. So just keep an eye on the GDP figures for me, because they have been going backwards. I remember Aussie dollar GDP figures. They were terrible, right? So a lot of the developed countries are not experiencing GDP growth. At the very best, it's stuttering at the previous month's level, right? But if it starts to go backward, then we're in a recession. And a recession means, you know, this is going to come lower. All right. So I've now got a nosebleed. I've been talking fundamentals. But yeah, that's where we are with the indices. Hope that helps. Right. What else are we looking at? So Michael was saying, I use a swing points indicator. Yeah. Okay, Michael. So yeah, so a swing points indicator will pinpoint structure for you, right? There's lots of indicators like this. It's, you know, trend pinpointing indicators. And what they do is pinpoint highs, lows, lower highs, excuse me, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. Bear with me, it's the coffee. But you get what I mean, right? And then the indicator pinpoints this for you. But with a thing like pound US dollar on the H4, you know, regardless of what an indicator tells me, I just know that that is a pivotal level, right? That's what you need to pinpoint, guys. You need to pinpoint pivotal levels in the market where price could react. Pretty much that's your job, right? Because these are levels from which you could sell or buy at, right? So, you know, even if you weren't too sure with pound, you know, pound US dollar trend, maybe you think it's an uptrend, maybe you were thinking it's a downtrend still. It does matter. You need, you know, but if you're not sure, don't trade it, or just find levels that are pivotal to the structure. If that breaks, that's a sell and a high probability sell. If it doesn't, and we continue to see this bullish behavior, this is still not a buying opportunity for me, because again, we are directly into resistance here. Okay, so yeah, we just got, you know, trading's like putting a puzzle together. We got price action in terms of trend, structure, candlesticks, support and resistance, this concept of value I always talk about, and yeah, and this top-down approach looking at multiple time frames. If you can piece that all together, right, that's when we can sort of find, you know, the higher probability trades. So yeah, there you go. Right, what else are we looking at? So yeah, okay. And just a quick question here. Thanks, Tom. How much do you risk to trade indices? 1%. Yes, I risk 1%. When I become hedged, I will risk up to 3% per trade, and that's it. So I will never go any higher than 3%. So there you go. And if you want to know more about hedging, guys, and what I do with that as well, then please come join our VIP Trading Academy. The link is in the live chat. Also, guys, I have a couple of positions open for my mentorship program. If you would like to be coached one-on-one with myself, then drop us an email and we can send you the details of the mentorship program. So we've only got a few minutes left, guys. So Blessing wants to look at Euro Yen and Carlos Aussie Dollar Yen. Now, with any yen pair, I am looking at yen weakness. So let's do them both together. Okay, so they're pretty much the same setup, but which one do I prefer? So Aussie Dollar Yen, okay, has literally just broken structure, right? You know, and then these are the highs, okay, clear level through there. That's what I was talking about earlier with pound US dollar. Identify the clear levels, and this candle has broken out of that level. Therefore, I am seeing higher highs. Okay, we are in an uptrend. So I would look to buy Aussie Dollar Yen. Okay, if we take a quick look at the H4, again, like my New Zealand yen trade, it has broken H4 structure. It has. So it becomes a little bit trickier, but let's see what this candle does, right? It's got down to this 97.50 level, which we know is a nice psychological level. If we get a big, you know, or a bullish green candle, you know, then I still think we've got Aussie Dollar Yen buys. Okay, but I do not like this H4 structure break. Okay, but the day chart is telling me to buy. Now, if we look at Euro Yen and we go to the day chart, it's a similar story, but we're at resistance. So it's not as appealing, right? You can see through here, support, resistance, support, support, resistance, right? So this level has proven, this 162, right, psychological level is proving to be a good level, right, for support and resistance. Now, before today's candle, yeah, but this hasn't finished, so let me delete it. See, you can barely see it now. This, again, is tricky in terms of structure, right? I mean, are you seeing this? Therefore, we're in a downtrend. Are you seeing this? We're in an uptrend. It's a little bit too subjective for me. So I prefer Aussie Dollar Yen buys. And I prefer Aussie Dollar Yen buys because we're at a level of resistance here as well. So Euro Yen, I wouldn't do anything with. I will see how price reacts to this level. Okay, let's take a quick look at the weekly chart. Yeah, okay. I mean, again, I wouldn't fancy selling in, even though we are at a nice resistance level, I wouldn't fancy selling into this big bullish candle, right? I just wouldn't. All right, so yeah, Aussie Dollar Yen I prefer over Euro Yen. I actually like Aussie Dollar Yen, Pound Yen, and New Zealand Yen buys. All right, but the next H4 candle is quite pivotal on all of them. All right, guys. So yeah, if you've enjoyed my analysis, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and smash the like button. Really enjoyed all of your questions, guys. Really appreciate your time and tuning in. Hope you have a great rest of your trading day. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you same time again tomorrow.